Welcome D20 players, let's take a look at some DM tips for VECNA Chapter 3. This is the Lambent Zenith's last voyage. There will be spoilers here, so if you're a player in this campaign, please come back after you've played the whole campaign and then let us know how it went for this Chapter 3 in the description or in the comments below. The plot for this adventure, I like to give the players a lot of agency in this campaign and let them figure stuff out. They can of course know that the general area of the second piece of the Rod of Seven Parts is in Realmspace. Give them some sort of hint on what ship it is and let them research that ship a little bit. They can research in Alustriel's Sanctum, and they can purchase their own spelljamming ship to give chase. They should have enough money by the time they're CR or level 12, which they are in this adventure. And they could trade a magic item, let them trade a rare magic item for a spelljamming helm. And I had Alustriel line that up trade-wise for them. They would then travel to the Rock of Braal, chase down some rumors about where the ship went, and then follow those rumors and find the wreckage of the ship. Anchoring near the wreckage, they can then transfer by flying between the ships and explore the wreck and recover the second piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. The wreck has a lot of NPCs and a lot of stuff going on. So we look at the three parts of the ship. There is the stern, the midsection, and the forecastle. There is a death slaad that has recently infiltrated the camp, and it is sowing chaos and magically manipulating the first mate, whose name is Figaro. Nice picture here of Figaro. This drove Figaro into a paranoid state, causing him to lock himself in his quarters, where the party can find him, maybe if they can get through his cube of force, where one of the safe rooms wards is also located. So for the party to get into the section of the ship that should have the Rod of Seven Parts, they need to go through a couple of wards. And they can deactivate those wards by finding this location and also a location in the midsection. Talking about the midsection, we come over here to the midsection. The starboard piece of the ship crashed into the ribcage of this dead god. A small lifeboat also crashed into the area, and that lifeboat was carrying refugees from a space pirate attack. They were Daveras, which made his way to the stern. Then his blink dog companion is below decks here in the midsection, and a treant named Redbud. Redbud is trying to protect Ikaras. He knows there's some dangerous things down below. He'll try to get the party to help him fight those dangerous things down below. That will let the party get down to Ikaras, which has one of the two secrets. Figaro has the other one. We'll talk about those in a second. As well as the study, where they have the other ward that they can deactivate to get to where the rod should be. Then in the forecastle, they have the captain, the former captain of the ship, Inda. The wreck of the prow impaled the dormant god's heart. The ship's captain, Inda, is here. So is the entrance to the safe room. Inda can help the party get on Figaro's good side. The party can help her repair her wing. She can also gift the party some magic items that would be useful for them in future adventures. So speaking of getting on Figaro's good side, when the party approaches Figaro, he is in his room, trying to hide out, not letting anyone get near him. But if the party can make a very high persuasion check, he will talk to them. Or if the party can get a couple of different people to vouch for them, he would talk to them. Who can vouch for him? So we had Inda, the captain. We also have here on the stern part of the ship a Coatl in disguise as a halfling priest. The Coatl knew that the Grey Slaad was influencing Figaro and confronted him. The Grey Slaad imprisoned the Coatl down below. The party might find that out in their conversations on the stern deck with Daveras. And Daveras normally played cards with Sirit. Now Daveras might be playing cards with Ilrin, the disguised Grey Slaad. So Daveras is missing Sirit. Everyone thinks Sirit might have just gone to explore and disappear, but Daveras has other thoughts. Well, if the party explores, they could find that Sirit is imprisoned down below decks. Sirit won't reveal that she's a Coatl, but she will reveal to the party that she knows that the Grey Slaad is imitating the GIF, and the party can confront him, hopefully overpower him. She will vouch for them in their dealings with Figaro, as will Inda, the ship's real captain. So let's talk about secrets. Figaro's got one secret. That is, he knew the dangers of coming here, but he went anyway because he thought it'd be a passage for the ship and the risks were low. The other secret is known by Ikasa, the blink dog. And Ikasa can be rescued by the party if they can overcome the Grell. Ikasa's secret is that she saw a friend of Daveras's basically be lost into space. The PCs for this part of the adventure should be 12th level, and if they retrieve the second piece of the rod, that would finish the adventure and they'd be 13th level. So total challenge rating to make a level 12 encounter deadly is about 40. And let's look at the encounters in the adventure. The party's going to approach first their ship at anchor nearby, the wreckage. Across Realmspace, they're going to have a couple of these star anglers approach, and I would up that to about 4 of them. That's a total challenge rating of 32. At least it's a pretty good fight that way. Then I didn't have anything else really in the stern castle. It's really investigation, no real tough combat in the stern. In the midsection, I did beef up the Grell a little bit, and if you have time and you want, you can maybe also mix in a random encounter at the same time or near the same time. 8 Grell is total challenge rating of 24, so I did that for that encounter. That's it for the ship. The forecastle is basically helping the diva. The party, if they have helped the diva, they've got Figaro's aid, they should be able to open up the doors into the forecastle, and they find out that the rod is not there, but the forecastle is broken, and it has broken into the heart of this dead god. This map here shows that. The party can go off exploring, and the actual rod is actually in the Hurtaloid, which is this dragon-like creature that the party can run across. There's one of them, challenge rating 17. I think that's a little too easy, so I put 2 in. That might have been a little tough. I put a little bit of a delay for when they attacked, and I might up that delay 1 more round, make it 2 rounds between the attacks. I also up the damage output for creatures, and so if you don't do that, then maybe you could put them together into 1 encounter. These things have legendary resistance. They attack, multi-attacking with a bite and 2 claws. Those things do some damage. You can see the damage numbers are like in the 30s for the claw attacks. They also swallow, and if you're swallowed, you're going to be taking damage every round inside. Now, the neat thing is, if someone gets swallowed into the Hurtaloid that has the rod piece inside it, they could use the rod piece maybe to do something cool from inside the Hurtaloid. So it makes a good climatic, real interesting final encounter for this part of the adventure. Pacing. We did this part of the adventure in 1 session. 1 4-hour session. You could probably do it in 2 if you do a lot more NPC interaction on the ship. I used Mike Schlee's map of Northwest Faerun. There's a link in the description below. And then I used Heroic maps for the Sanctum. That's from Chapter 2, so I'm reusing the Chapter 2 map of the Sanctum. Then of the ship, and also of the heart of the dead god. I didn't use any images except for what was in the published adventure. For music, running the adventure part where the party's doing their research, you could use Antiquarian Study. For A Doorway to Space, Into the Astral Sea, Wreck of the Lambent Zenith, I used the Astral Plane. And then Heart of Havoc, I used the Ancient Artifact. Tokens for the party. So all these named NPCs I made tokens for. Daveras, Kassira, Ilrin, Redbud, etc. Also the Hurtaloid, the Star Angler, and a Skaver, in case you want to use that as a random encounter. I have all those links in the description below. There's no specific knowledge checks for this part of the adventure. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. Go get the rod and get it out of there and then move on to the next part. Please like, subscribe, comment, tip, or tell a friend. And I will leave you with another link to another cool video. Thanks for watching, everyone.